What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Okay, people, so before we get into today's stories, and yes, this is cut in because yesterday we launched the FORNEVERNEWS 2022 official merch, and we did it through Cash App. Unfortunately, a lot of people were having troubles with Cash App because of their letter limit. You only have a certain amount of characters you can use to put the address and whatnot, so some people weren't able to get their orders in. A lot of people, honestly. So one of the things I did is check the link in the description below. I just made it 1,000 times easier. If you want, you can still do it the Cash App route if your name and all that and your address fits, but if not, link in the description below. You can use PayPal, all sorts of stuff, very easy. I put it on the official FORNEVERNEWS website with some e-commerce. That way, just way easier. So just click the button, buy now, and yeah, you're good. So sorry about that, but yeah, I wanted to make sure this was done right, so I went through and make sure I got it sorted. And yeah, just link in the description. You can get the FORNEVERNEWS merch. Hat $19.99, sweater $39.99. Sorry for the mix-up and sorry for the people that were disappointed. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna be able to get it. Yeah, just right here, link in the description. There you go. Okay, people. So first story on the docket. Very massive story. I would be lying. I would be deceiving you guys. I would be fooling you, bamboozling. You name it, I would be doing it if I was to tell you that I am completely shocked or surprised that this actually happened, because some things you just know. You know what I'm saying? You just know water's gonna be wet. You just know fire's gonna be hot. You just know when something is fire in the realm of manga, it's getting an anime adaptation, especially if it meets certain criteria. And this one that I'm about to tell you guys, I ain't gonna lie, I've been keeping my eye on it for a minute. It came out, I want to say now 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, over on the Jump Plus app, and was almost initially met on as like a hit. I remember, I think I caught up, it had no more than 4 to 7 chapters, somewhere in that ballpark of manga it had at that particular point, and I marathon read it all in one sitting because everybody was telling me like you should check it out. I checked it out, marathoned it, and absolutely loved it. And now here we are a couple of years later, after I said, yo, this is definitely going to be big. It is getting announced for an anime, and that series is Kaiju number 8 is indeed confirmed for an anime. It says here, according to JP Anime Manga _ JP, all over the interwebs because everybody's talking about it. Breaking news: Kaiju number 8, a sci-fi horror manga theme created by Matsumoto Naoya, receives an anime adaptation and will be produced by Toho Animation. Official announcement coming soon. Note: Toho will be the producer, not the animation studio. So if you're worried like, well, who the hell is Toho? They're not the ones that are, actually putting it and drawing it and whatnot. They're just like the people that are overlooking it, putting it together, and that aspect, and piecing it together, the overhead, so to speak, of it all. So you don't got to worry about like, oh, so it's not like that is going to be a very, very big concern. That's something that we absolutely have to talk about. Let's talk about it right now. That Kaiju number 8, for starters, we're in a different era, right? Kaiju number 8 is coming in 2022, a different time and era in anime and manga, where art and animation is so freaking important, right? It's kind of topsy-turvy to the point of like, yo, dog, before it used to always be all about story, and I think in the world of manga, story is still very crucial for the most part. Like, even if you have the most gorgeous art style in manga, if your story sucks, it's 9 times out of 10 you're probably not going to go nowhere. There's the exceptions, but majority of the time that's the case. In anime, I think something, as long as it looks really gorgeous, because anime is a more appreciated and more accepted medium than manga, because it's visuals on the TV screen or your phone or whatever, it gets a little bit more love and admiration, even when it's not story-based. Like, sometimes, let's just say it's just a fan service anime, it'll still have an audience and be fine. A manga, fan service manga, it wavers, but it's still nothing in the ballpark of an anime can get away with it when a manga can't, although an anime can fail too. We're not going to deny that, but ultimately that's one of the things right now that is going to be a determining factor for Kaiju number 8, what studio goes to. Now, everybody and their mama's probably screaming out, it's going to be MAPPA, right? Like, it got to be MAPPA, and I'm almost getting to the point where no, not Mappa, like somebody else, and not even necessarily Ufotable either, because how would Ufotable work doing this? Like Ufotable, they've done, the Fate franchise, and don't get me wrong, Ufotable, they're like aliens in terms of like the level of quality they do is unachievable by normal man and creature alike that it picks up a pen and a pencil and draws and shit like that. Like they do it just at a different level, but they don't come as frequently. But you get Fate Zeros, you get Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, you get Demon Slayer, you get the Mugen Train, you get that quality like season 2. Oh my god, season 2 of Demon Slayer, that is just indescribable, unmatched, and just in general hype. So Ufotable, they would be massive for Kaiju number 8, but Ufotable also usually has, how can I say this, like a more prettier looking art style type of thing, and Kaiju number 8 doesn't feel that way. Kaiju number 8 feels very rough. It's about like a 30-something-year-old dude that is essentially cleaning monster shit when the series starts. So I don't know how you're gonna make that look pretty with Ufotable, but you never know, they could pull it off. Besides those two, there's also like A1 Pictures, but A1 always a hit or miss. Bones, after what they did to My Hero, like 4 seasons, 5 seasons in, Bones, y'all could relax over there. And then at that point, it just starts to become who do we have left? I mean, there's Studio Wit that is now having to collaborate because they're having financial issues. I think Wit would have been a great match considering they did Attack on Titan so well, but Wit, they're in financial burden, and they're working on Spy X Family at this particular point, which that's crazy. They got Spy Family. Oh my god, imagine that's why they're doing a collab with Clover. What was it, Cloverworks, that they're doing the collab for Spy X Family? What if that's the case, they're doing that for Spy Family because they're also collaborating with them as well on maybe Kaiju number 8? That would be insane. Honestly, Wit Studio getting it would be big, and honestly damn near perfect too, because I mean, look what they're doing with freaking Ranking of Kings right now, godlike. But I don't want to talk you guys' ears off. Basically, bottom line is Kaiju number 8 got an anime coming out. I'm expecting it probably next year. It's being done, produced by Toho. We don't have the actual studio though yet. It could be anyone. Let me know what you guys think. Mappa, Ufotable, A1, Bones. Is Skynex still around? Trigger, what y'all doing? Like, no. Trigger with them? Oh god, no. No. But yeah, we gotta wait and see. Either way, Kaiju number 8 anime incoming. It's about time. This is going to be massive. Either massive or it's going to go the Terraform Mars route and be a dud. We'll see. Okay, people, and next story of the episode. Now, we've been talking about this a lot the last week or so, but this is a big deal. This one in particular, I wanted to report even more so because I've been uncertain about the status and future of this title. In case you don't know what I'm referring to, it's been a big story now that it was sometime, I believe, last week or the week before that Toei Animation, the studio behind hit series like Dragon Ball, One Piece, the new Dragon Quest anime, Saint Seiya, Fist of the North Star, Sailor Moon, massive conglomerate. Some people argue they're somewhat of like a Disney in Japan, although I'd say Ghibli is pretty much that, but that's a different story. Either way, they're very big in the anime scene, and recently they were hacked, and so many bad things happened because of this hack. Essentially, they had to delay certain movies and releases. The Dragon Ball Superhero film is delayed. The One Piece anime is on a hiatus. Digimon is on hiatus. And this one, again, that I was somewhat uncertain of, is also going to be on hiatus. Let's take a look, because Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai also is being affected by the Toei Animation hack. Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai anime delayed at least 3 more weeks due to Toei Animation hack. The official Twitter account for the Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai anime announced on Thursday that TV Tokyo will not air new episodes of the anime on March 19th, March 26th, and April 2nd due to the Toei Animation hack. TV Tokyo will instead air a rerun of the anime's episode 5 on March 19th. TV Tokyo will also rerun 2 more episodes from the anime's best selection of episodes over the following 2 weeks. The Twitter account stated that the staff will reveal at a later date what will air on April 9th and later. The anime rebroadcast episode 31 instead of the planned new episode 73 last Saturday. Toei Animation announced on Friday, so this was this Friday, that on March 6th, so this happened March 6th actually, an unauthorized third party accessed the company's network, which resulted in a shutdown of part of the company's system. Toei Animation is investigating the matter and added the hack will affect the broadcast schedules for One Piece, Dragon Quest Adventure Dai, Delicious Party Procure, and Digimon Ghost Game anime, not to mention the Dragon Ball Super superhero that they just announced. But yeah, people, for Dragon Quest fans, which I want to say, isn't Dragon Quest close to ending, right? Because this is a remake of the old series based off the old manga and whatnot, and I believe with 70-something episodes, it's probably in the ballpark getting close to finishing off. And with something like this happening, it's such a shame because, like, yo, we're knee deep into this. I mean, likewise with One Piece too, because it was just about to hit, if I'm not mistaken, adapting chapter 1000, and one of the biggest things that's happened in the series thus far. So it's all over the place with this thing. But yes, Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai, don't expect an episode at the very least until after what was intended for the April 2nd broadcasting. So like April 9th at the earliest, you might be able to expect something if they are eventually able to get the system open, because that's what it sounds more like based on this description, that like their system had been shut down and they're trying to figure shit out, and it really threw everyone's schedules off, which also shows the tight deadlines that they have, that they're still working on materials as they're being delivered. But we've known that over here at Forever News. Before we were Forever News, we were just ForneverWorld strictly back in like 2012, 2013 with Attack on Titan. But yeah, people, Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai, no episodes for a few more weeks due to, at the very least, due to the Toei Animation hack. Okay, people, next up, this just made my day. Now, we talked about this one a while back. There was some false rumors that came out, and they kind of just caught me. Honestly, somebody, a troll caught me, and I'm not perfect. Sometimes I grab a story and I don't do my 100% due diligence to really get it going, but it seems as though, based on this one, that is actually confirmed this time around what's going down with the Chainsaw Man anime. That, I'm not gonna lie, I think that the expectations by the time Chainsaw Man anime does come, especially for people that haven't even seen it, are going to be unrealistic almost, because there's so much fandom for a series that doesn't have an anime and has been finished since what, December of 2020. Like, this series has been dead in terms of releasing new stuff outside of like a novel in Japan for well over a year, and is still popping, and people are still very much so excited for this, and that is beautiful. That is amazing, and it's deservedly so, because Chainsaw Man is one of the best shonen manga I've ever read, let alone from Shonen Jump. But it said here, Chainsaw Man anime will air in fall 2022, so again, kind of somewhat confirming what that false rumor initially had said, which would be about October, and it will have 2 cores. That was also seemingly confirmed. 2 cores meaning it will be 24 episodes at least, or 24, 25, somewhere around there. Could be a little less sometimes depending, but for the most part, you can expect about 24 episodes for Chainsaw Man, which that would, for the most part, I think, be able to adapt all of it. Let's see, if there's 90-something chapters, 24 episodes would have to be like, what, less than 4 chapters an episode, so like 3 and some change, they could absolutely do it, especially where there's fighting chapters and whatnot. They can absolutely get it done in 24 episodes, no doubt in my mind, and that would be so much more preferable. Now, I ain't gonna lie, realistically, they could even do 50 chapters or 60-something chapters, but then season 2 wouldn't work. You get what I'm saying? Like, because of the way Tatsuki Fujimoto did it towards the end, that there's 97 chapters, I think. There's like 90-something chapters of Chainsaw Man, not even 100. It's tough for them to really get a footing on how do you do this. Like, do you do 45 for a first season and then 45 more, and will that suffice, or do we do just one big one shot and then wait for Chainsaw Man 2? See, we could have had a Chainsaw Man 2 anime adaptation way quickly following Chainsaw Man 1 if Fujimoto would have been writing this entire time, or at the very least took only like a couple months off. The fact that he took all of 2021 off, and we're still 2022, we're heading into April and still no Chainsaw Man 2, and he's talking about writing other one-shots and this femme fatale stuff and all of this other insanity and whatnot. We could have had Chainsaw Man 2 be 50-something chapters deep at the very least at this point, where when Chainsaw Man gets animated, oh, okay, it finished wrapping up, yo, Chainsaw Man 2 already got enough chapters for an anime as well. We might not have to wait long. We're waiting long. Tatsuki Fujimoto and the people down at Shueisha and all that jazz, they're making sure we wait long. They haven't even really launched any like campaign of making it popular outside of Japan. Like, yo, I should be walking into FYE and be basically impossible to escape Chainsaw Man. Like, that's how big it should be right now with an anime out. It should be filled up in FYE. It should be filled up with Hot Topic, because Hot Topic just screams Chainsaw Man shirts and shit. Like, this should be everywhere. Why isn't it? Only thing I can think of is logically they're waiting. This is kind of like a check for later, like, and I mean like financial check for later of like, hey, we're gonna put this here, in 10 years when things is dry, we're gonna get to it type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, maybe it could be that there was problems with Fujimoto and they did the best that they could. Maybe they had other plans. I don't know. It's a very interesting time for Shonen Jump, the way they're maneuvering with different series. Before, you could almost call everything. Everything was very predictable. Hey, this did this. Hey, it's starting to feel like this. Now things are a little bit more complicated because Shonen Jump are trying to advance and maneuver into the digital era, and that's a whole other can of worms. But Chainsaw Man anime coming in fall with 2 cores. Boy, I really can't wait, and I'm interested to see what the fandom's going to be like. They could have struck while the iron was hot, but they didn't, and I'm going to respect that they didn't. Hopefully they got a massive plan on how to, really kick this thing into high gear come the anime. I mean, it could speak for itself. That's a whole possibility, or time will tell. Either way, Chainsaw Man. Okay, people, update for the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 film. Y'all know that, I want to say it was last week, we saw the film for the first time, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Very awesome stuff. It did great first day. It was rivaling and competing neck and neck with Demon Slayer's movie Mugen Train to see which one will financially outdo the other. I want to say there was even reports of it doing, if I'm not mistaken, close to or surpassing what Demon Slayer had did. Day one, I can't remember if it had surpassed it or not, but according to the speculation, the first opening weekend sales, Jujutsu Kaisen was supposed to underdo what Demon Slayer did. Essentially, Demon Slayer was supposed to beat it by like 2 million, I believe. Let's see, the opening weekend sales are here. It says here, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 film earns US $17.7 million in first 3 days in US. Box Office Mojo records the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 film as earning a total of US $17,698,677. Again, almost $17.7 million in the first 3 days in the United States, ranking at number 2 in opening weekend. The film earned $5,798,000 on its Friday opening day, but earned a total of $8,678,000 by the end of Friday. If including the preview screenings on Thursday, it further earned $5,470,000 on Saturday and $3,550,000 on Sunday. The film screened in 2,286 theaters and had a per theater average of US $6,482. So it made about $6,500 per theater, which is pretty freaking awesome. And in comparison, just so you guys can get a reference, Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, the movie Mugen Train's debut weekend earnings in the US were approximately US $21.2 million. So they beat us by about 3 point something million. And I say it like, hey, I'm Team Jujutsu Kaisen. I love both of them, but realistically, I was rooting for Jujutsu Kaisen. I even got a front, like I didn't want to see it. Comparatively, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 earned about $9.37 million in Japan on its debut day on Friday last December. The film earned $23.5 million in its first 3 days in Japan, and the film has sold a total of about 13 billion yen, about $108 million since opening in Japan on December 24th. So it actually has surpassed the $108 million mark and is currently the 20th highest grossing film in Japan of all time. Kudos to Jujutsu Kaisen. Unfortunately, we're gonna get the dub on Demon Slayer, but to be real, Demon Slayer is an anomaly. Like, come on, there's never been anything like Demon Slayer, and we put up a great fight. 3 point something million difference is not bad at all, and almost 20 million opening weekend, man. I'm always gonna say, like, I do that sometimes with my videos, right? Let me give you an example. Like, sometimes when a video underperforms, I do get a little down, and maybe if you're a content creator and you're watching this might be able to help you when you're feeling down that your video isn't performing. One of the things that I do, and it makes me feel grateful and happy to be in this position, is I will compare, let's just say it's like a My Hero Academia chapter or a Black Clover chapter that I'm reviewing. I will look at the views of it, and yeah, I'll be disappointed, but then I will remember back in like 2011, 2012, when I used to do like Naruto chapter reviews and Bleach, and getting those views was the biggest and most successful thing, and I couldn't believe it. And something like that, it might not be the best comfort in the world, but it does show you, yo, I've still come a long way. I've still made strides. So chin up there, lads. Jujutsu Kaisen did well, and 17 point something million opening weekend will probably bottom out at like maybe 30 something million US, 40 something million in the US, which is still fantastic. What did Demon Slayer do in the US? I don't know. Okay, people, and final story of the episode, One Piece. It seems like every episode of Forever News lately, we got a story about One Piece, but it's a time to be a One Piece fan. What can I say? And this one is pretty freaking massive because One Piece just reached another milestone that no other manga in the history of manga has ever reached, and for the foreseeable future probably won't ever reach, and that's that One Piece has now finally hit 500 million copies in circulation, if I'm not mistaken. Let's read the article so we get all the details. One Piece reached its biggest sales milestone yet. One Piece has reportedly reached its biggest sales record yet, according to the numbers spotted in a new report. Eiichiro Oda's manga not only celebrated its own 25th anniversary a few years ago, following by the anime reaching that milestone as well, but both the manga and anime have now gone far beyond 1,000 chapter and episode mark. There are no signs of the series slowing down anytime soon, even after reaching such impressive milestone. According to a new report from German bookseller Carlsen Manga, as spotted by the unofficial Weekly Shonen Jump Twitter account, One Piece now has 500 million copies in circulation. The number has yet to be announced by Shueisha themselves, but it's also not hard to imagine that the series has crossed over such a massive milestone. As Volume 102 of the series readies for its release in Japan, One Piece's manga is now hotter than ever and selling even more copies around the world. As the series kicks off its next phase, these sales are only going to continue. Absolutely. And yo, Batman. Is it Batman or Superman? One of them they next. Either way, we're coming for you. Goku and Vegeta, alongside Naruto, alongside Ichigo, alongside all of them that you can name. They're coming for you, dog. Anime and manga is coming here to take that #1 spot for highest selling book by a single author, and Oda's gonna do it. Oda, please. Oda, can you do it? I don't know. Either way, shout outs to Oda. This is crazy. I believe this is the second highest selling comic of all time by an author. Next up, we're gonna take it though. It's gonna happen. Yeah, people, that's all the stories we have for today's episode. Curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, something that I didn't cover that you're like, yo, ForneverWorld, why you ain't cover it? Let me know. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of ForneverNews. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, dog. Do yourself that service Monday through Friday for ForneverNews. Let's go.